What's going on YouTube? I'm Robio. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I want to start off by giving a great big thank you to anyone who's actually checking out my video. I really hope I can give you a hand with the city skylines today and actually show you something that maybe you didn't know before. That's going to be my intention with most of the videos here on this channel, just to kind of elaborate a little more and tell you what's going to be going on around here. A lot of what I'm going to be doing is probably going to be information videos. For now, it's probably going to be mostly City Skylines because I'm really into this game right now. In the future, I play all kinds of other games. I play League of Legends, World of Warcraft, games like Skyrim. So it could really be anything, and I'm always just going to be uploading whatever I'm playing. I'm not going to limit myself to one specific kind of game or anything like that. I'm not even going to just stick to educational videos. There's probably going to be lots of fun videos of me and my friends messing around, or maybe some epic fails, or some really cool League of Legends plays or something like that, maybe even a full game. It's going to be whatever I feel like uploading, and I'm just going to have fun with this, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get into it. So what we're going to do today, I'm thinking, is I'm going to start a new city, and I'm going to kind of go over how I would start a new city and kind of get something built up where I have a good income and I have lots of money that I can kind of build a big city off of. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's do Lavender Lake. West Valley's fine. Let this load up. Okay, here we are. So I've got this blank new city here on one of the maps from the Green Cities expansion, I believe. This is actually a really nice one to start because it's got this nice forest area here and a nice lake that we can draw water from. So, I'm going to show you how I would start this. So the first thing you want to do is just build a plain road like that so that you can unlock these. This is a 2-lane, one-way road. You're going to want to use one-way roads because it's easier to control the traffic that way. When you have a one-way road, you know where everybody can go and they can only go that way. It gives you more control over the traffic, especially in places that you know are going to be busy. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing here. Let me redo this. What I'm doing here, this angle might be a little too steep actually. We'll go with it. We'll go with it. If you're doing your own city, maybe put it at a slightly less sharp angle. Maybe go like 145 or 150. So we're gonna just go ahead and extend this road basically all the way. This is gonna be the main road in our city. The next thing we're gonna do is, actually, since we have, go ahead and connect this, that's the first thing. Since we actually have this nice forest area here, we might want to set up our industrial area here. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put a one-way road. It's going to go out 10 units. We're going to have the same thing coming back in here. So there's one way in and there's one way out, right? So all the traffic is going to flow in a certain direction. Started off pretty small. There we go. This is going to be our first little industrial area right in here. Maybe we will also put some roads in between. So you can kind of see how this is set up here. All the trucks are going to be coming in from the highway from right here. They will come up our main road. There's probably going to be a few intersections here, but not too many. If there's too many intersections there, that's going to cause a problem. They only have one way to go. They have to go around this way, and then they can either cut across on one of these side roads or they can go all the way around and back out this way to the highway. It's very simple. So the next thing we need to do is we need a little residential area. I usually use two-way roads for this instead of the one-way roads because it's just the residential areas don't draw nearly as much traffic as a commercial or industrial area does. So you're usually going to be okay to not run two-lane roads in just a normal residential area. Shouldn't really be that much of a problem. So how we're going to set this up is, alright, so the next thing we have to do is we have to run water pipes and electricity. Since I have the Green Cities expansion installed, I'm going to use this one. This is an eco water outlet that basically reduces the amount of sewage that goes into your water supply, which is a good thing. So we're going to put that over there, and we're going to put our water pumping station over here away from the sewage drain system, because there is still going to be a little bit of poo coming out of it. So gonna want to go ahead and not make our citizens drink that. So if you want to go max efficiency with spending on your water pipelines, this is how I would do it. Since we don't need to draw all these in right now, it's going to be kind of a waste of our limited supply of money, which I'm almost out of already, because I built so many roads. You're going to want to make them pretty small. What we're doing here is we're just kind of marking the most efficient places to put these as we go down, instead of just guessing down here and getting it wrong and screwing up the efficiency. So this is how you want to do it. Just makes you save that little bit extra money when you're trying to get started. Once you get your city going, it's pretty easy to make sure that you have lots of money in City Skylines, so you're not going to have to worry about this so much later. It's just when you're first starting out like this. Super convenient. There's a perfect spot to place this wind turbine here. I think I'm going to try and stick with the idea of making this a green city. Need one more power line. This is going to be so expensive. It's going to run right here. And that's it. So that's all the spending that I have to do for now. The main idea that you're going to get here is to use these two separate one-way roads. Zone in some houses. Just going to start with this area here so our electricity connects to everything. So that's enough houses for now. As you can see, we're starting to get some demand for some other stuff. So I'm going to put some industry back in here. I think it's entirely possible to do a city with zero pollution, but you should be able to get rid of it fairly quickly, because it does fade over time. So I unlock this district tab at a population of 850 people. I will be able to control what industry it goes here, besides just these generic ones. These generic ones are messy, and they'll pollute the ground. So we have our first little bit of commercial demand. That is also what this little area here is for. This is a great area to zone commercial buildings. It has great access to the highway, and it's also convenient and separated from the residential buildings. So we're going to go ahead and put a couple stores in here. Something to note, if you're not doing this on a map like this, more often than doing it this way, where I have my industry up at the top, I would actually end up putting my industry over here, kind of over on this side, so that it's even closer to the highway. The only reason I did it here was because this is a great foresting industry for a green city. Normally, I would put it over here. And to do that, you would basically just do exactly the same thing that you have here. You would kind of start, I don't want to do it and waste my money, but you would do a one-way street coming out this way. Maybe starting it closer to the bottom so that you're on the side that's closest to the highway exit, and then maybe build your way up if you need more industry. But I would start here, go around, and do the exact same thing where you just have a road coming all the way around and more one-way roads just going out to the highway. Just like that. You can kind of see already there's just we have full circles here. Everywhere there's a very clear path where the traffic's going to be going. Obviously this isn't the only way you can make a city work, but this is definitely the best way to start out a city and just kind of build up your population and get a nice supply of money before you actually start designing it maybe another way that looks not like a complete grid. I've seen other people on YouTube call this kind of thing, like, they would call it like the battery, because if you do it, once it's all filled in, it kind of starts to look like a battery. Oh, there we go. We got our first population goal there, 420. What was I talking about? Basically, all you're doing is you're trying to use the smallest amount of space to get the most amount of population and the most amount of money out of it. That's the goal here. Yeah, we're going to need to get some garbage processing soon too. So we're going to go ahead and put that right there. Ah, We're running out of power already. It's time for our second wind turbine. Even with these things too, you really, especially in these good wind areas where they have max production, you really want to try and make sure that you get the wind turbines as close as possible without wasting any space. I found this, personally I found this method extremely useful when I first started playing this game for actually getting a city started and off the ground. I found a lot when I would start playing this game before I really knew what I was doing that I would start a city and it would be going okay, and I would probably use roundabouts and end up spending a whole bunch of money and waste all that space, and I would get to maybe 20, 30,000 population, and then I would have this kind of traffic problem that was basically unfixable. Usually you can fix most traffic problems, but it was something that I would have to destroy a major part of my city, and I would always just start over again and lose my motivation and not play the game for a while until I felt up to it again. So I found this method. You can get a city started really easily, build up a whole bunch of money, and that kind of gives you the freedom almost to learn the game when you have this good kind of base built up. We're actually almost at the 850 population mark, so I'm not going to zone in any more industrial yet. Alright. Now we're at, yeah, forestry specialization. Excellent. So we're at 850 population, so now we have this tool available to us. This is the district tool. So we're going to go ahead and zone this in, draw in this district, and what we're going to do is we are going to paint it with a forestry specialization. This is going to start to destroy all these bad industrial buildings that are just making a complete mess. All this pollution, and it's going to replace them with forestry specialization buildings. A lot of park stuff, it looks like. Probably some kind of money, I just can't seem to find where it is. Doesn't matter. So I think you get the gist of the idea here. I'm going to go ahead and pause this recording, and I'm going to grow the city to a decent size and kind of show you what it's going to look like after I've been doing this for a little while. Alright? See you soon. Hey there guys, welcome back. So as you can see, we've progressed quite a bit in this city, but to be honest with you, it really hasn't been that long. It's been about 45 minutes to an hour since I stopped recording. This is kind of where we're at. We're at 6,400 population and climbing. We've got a really big residential zone all filled in over here, and our street is starting to get a little busy. But something you can see is I have quite a bit of money saved up already, and it's only been, like I said, about 45 minutes. Something else that I meant to show you guys at the beginning that you should always do right when you start the game, to be honest, is you can put your taxes up. Now, happy citizens will go up to about 11% before they start complaining. I find if you go up to 12, sometimes they'll say something, sometimes they get upset. So, it's best to keep it at 11. But that's a really important thing that you can always do in any of your cities, to always just make that extra little bit of money. I was making about 4K a week before, and I'm over 8 now, and it's still climbing. So this is what you're going for. You want to have something like this, and then maybe put another residential area over here on this side as well, and that's basically how you can save up a whole bunch of money in City Skylines. This is the grid or battery or tank. It's a very, very common way for people to start out their cities, especially when you're just learning how to play the game. This is a great way to keep your traffic in control. You can see it's getting a little bogged up here, and the reason for that is just essentially because I have these streets too close together. Relocating this guy would most likely fix it. The other thing I would probably do is add a path coming from this, or another road coming from this residential area back into the industrial area, because a lot of what is getting bogged up here, if you look, is actually garbage trucks, which is these white guys. Garbage trucks and passenger vehicles. The passenger vehicles you can always take care of with public transportation, but that's going to be for another video. So that's it for this one. I hope you learned something. This is a really good strategy for starting out your city if you want to just make some money and get started on it get a good foothold build up so that you can actually build a really huge city. So thanks for checking it out, guys, and I hope you have a great day.